that's what I did with Barbara Walters. I was just kind of like, how can I have a different take on her? And just studying her. And then once the audience accepts it, then you can go off from there. Once the audience buys it,
Yeah, I mean, I think Gilda, who was adorable and brilliant, she had her own take, Baba Wawa. But yours is kind of extraordinary because you recently did it on one of those New Year's Eve shows, and it was so out of the blue. I was just clicking around, and there you were. Could you just do 10 seconds of it just for me?
Can you just do 1 hour?
Could you do a one-woman show right now? We're recording.
No. I'll tell you a story. I was all ready to do Barbara this past New Year's Eve, promoting her own podcast, From Statue to the Streets, brought to you by Docalax. Hard interview, soft stool.
See, that take of those rhythms, there's something about them teased out from her,
You kind of sound like her, though. You do sound like her.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll tell you, I wrote the whole thing, and we had pictures in the back, because what she was doing is she was going to have, people from rappers and all that stuff. She was going to have her podcast, and then she was going to compare the rappers to who they were like in her day, like Tekashi 6ix9ine. And I say something about a Spanish rebel was,
Trini Lopez. Okay, Trini Lopez.
Like truly, I was, we'll go from Lizzo to Liza, from I had them all paired up.
Yeah.
Who would be
the older equivalent?
That's a lot of work too.
It was, and like I did from Styles, Harry Styles to Sadaka.
Yeah.
I mean, so I did this whole thing, and I had the pictures up, and the both of them next to whoever I was pairing up with each other. And so I rehearsed it the night before New Year's Eve. I was at CNN, and then I went downstairs to meet my friend for dinner, and I had the wig, the outfit, the whole look. And they said, Cheri, it was really loud in the restaurant. She just passed. And I went,
oh, what?
And I said,
wow.
What? Who? Cheri, I'm telling you, it was 5 minutes later. I go down to meet my friend, and Barbara just passed. And I just welled up.
Oh, wow.
It didn't feel real.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I was in such shock, that the timing and everything. And I knew that, she was up there and everything, but I just loved being able to, because if she was younger, there wasn't any news medium that she would not have thrown her hat into. And so I could see her doing a podcast.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah. She was driven.
Oh, yeah. I mean, she kept up with, and so I went home. I went to my hotel, and I couldn't sleep, and I thought, and I just, from a stream of consciousness, I just started writing. And they called me at like 1 a.m. and said, we want you to say something. And I said, it's funny because I've just been writing. And so I go, why don't you just take what you want from what I wrote? And then, and so I sent what I wrote to them, and they go, Cheri, I want you to say exactly what you wrote. And I go, yeah, but this is just more personal. It's got no background information. She goes, everybody's going to have her background information. It's the personal thing that not everybody is going to have. And you have a personal connection, to her. And so I did. And I thought to myself, I'm so lucky, like in a way that I have this platform to at least say what she meant to me, you know? And then my social media was like, everybody was reaching out to me saying I was the first person they thought of.
Mhm.
And I thought to myself,
Wow.
me? You know, like, I guess that's the reference or whatever because of SNL, mostly. You know, I mean, no, completely because it was SNL. But
Mhm.
like, it made me feel like her daughter in a way. You know, people were worried about me
Huh.
and saying they're sorry to me to express their own grief.
Yeah.
You know,
Interesting. Hmm.
yeah, 5 minutes after I rehearsed it. And oh my God, I'm so sad that I never got the chance to do it.